Good day, everyone. We are the proponents of Iscolive, a web-based library management system. Today, we will present an overview of the system, highlight its core features, demonstrate the actual application, and of course, conclude with a question and answer session. So, what is Iscolive? Iscolive is a web-based library management system developed using Laravel, MySQL, and Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS. It is designed to automate inventory tracking and borrowing transactions, helping reduce manual data entry errors while improving overall efficiency. And lastly, the system is intended for use by school librarians as administrators and students or faculty members as users. With that overview in mind, let us now focus on the core features of the system. Escolab provides essential functionalities such as secure user access, role-based permissions, book inventory and category management, real-time book searching, borrowing and return processing, overdue tracking, and automated reporting. Together, these features support efficient, accurate, and well-organized library operations. And to better understand how these features work, the actual system implementation will now be presented by Mr. Dayawan, our project manager and back-end developer. Mr. Dayawan, you may now proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Ian. Let us now proceed to the demonstration of the app. Okay, now we are now in our landing page. So in our landing page, we have this beautiful UI. Here we have the title of our, or the name rather, of our system is Colib. Then the user will choose librarian or student. So for this demonstration, we will highlight the core features. So first of all, we have user authentication. Okay, so for example, we will pick librarian or admin. Let's just input the credentials. When the user's role is admin, he will be redirected to librarian slash dashboard. Okay, let's try to log out again to demonstrate the user authentication for the student part. Okay, for the student part, if the user's role is student, they will be redirected to student slash home. So to dive deeper, let us check our database to make sense out of it. Okay, now we are here in our database. This database is in the production. So let us enter phpMyAdmin. Okay, so let's check our users. So this is our table. So the user authentication relies on this column, right? This is the user's table and this is the role column. And then this is the credentials na ginamit natin kanina for admin. Then the role is admin. And then this is the credential we used for student. Okay, so the next core feature is role-based access control, which was demonstrated with user authentication. Depende sa role ng user yung mapupuntahan nilang page. So yun lang ang mga ma-access nila. Okay, now nandito tayo ngayon sa student home. Alright, so here in our student home, we have this greetings headline and paragraph for the students from the librarian. Then here we have buttons. These are categories, so let me just adjust that. Okay, there you go. Now we have here the science technology category, literature, social studies, and etc. Now if we click this, this acts as a filter, right? Okay, So if I click this, we will have books that has category history. Alright? Then, paano natin tatanggalin yung filter na yun? We will just need to click it again. There you have it. Okay? Now, that's for the homepage. Mamaya natin i-tackle deeper itong homepage. Now, let us move on to the books page. So here in the the student books, we have this over here at the left side. We have the borrow form, and here on the right side, we have borrow requests. So ito yung mga existing na data or mga existing na borrow request na since tinest namin yan. And then, dito naman, sa bandang baba, we have book history. These are the books that were returned by the students. Then here, the unborrowed books, the borrowed books, and the overdue books. Okay, so for the user journey, for example, this user will borrow this book, Meditations. Borrow. Then here we set this. So if we kung ito sa expected return is nilive natin ng blank dahil optional lang siya, ang mangyayari dyan, automatic 4 weeks from now, 4 weeks from January 27, yung ma-add up doon sa ating database. And ganun lang din yung maximum allowable duration ng paghiram ng student. Okay? So, ayun. So, February 24 is 4 weeks from January 27. So, let's try to go to 29. Let's check if it will adjust. Yes, it adjusted because 26 is 4 weeks from January 29. Okay, let's say, for example, we submit this, confirm. Okay, confirm. Okay? Now, let's check it here in our books. Okay, so meditations. Ito yung ating hiniram kanina. Okay, so let's try to view details. Ayan, makikita lang yung details. And then, we have our pending tag. Okay, so dito, no, nag-request tayo. So, dito, sa borrow requests, nandito siya nag-reflect. So, dito naman siya sa pinakang unahan. So, ang logic dito, newest request first, yung nagre-reflect. Okay. Okay, let's go to our admin dashboard, no? Okay, so nandito tayo sa admin dashboard. So paano makita yung borrow request? Dito tayo sa transactions, request to borrow here. So let's try to refresh it. So here sa request to borrow, ang pinakang una dito is yung oldest requests. Bakit? Kasi first come first serve tayo. Okay, so yung mga naunang nag-request muna ang i-approve. Okay? So, ito, for the sake of our demo, hanapin natin yung book request natin kanina. Okay, so ito yun meditations. Accept. Let's accept this borrow request. Confirm. Once accepted, mawawala na siya dito sa request to borrow, and saan siya mapupunta? Dito sa unborrowed books. Okay, so this is an instance. For example, the student already borrowed it. Kasi hindi naman porke na-accept na yung borrow request is nasa kamay na ng student yung hiniram niyang libro, di ba? So, we will mark it as unborrowed until makuha niya na physically yung librong hihiramin niya. Okay. So, we will mark this borrowed na kasi kunyari ay nakuha na ni student physically yung libro. So, dito sa borrowed books siya mapupunta. So, dito madami tayong meditations. Kapag minark natin itong borrow, dapat nandito siya sa pinakang dulo. Try natin. Okay. So, for example, ang student, ma'am, nandito na po ako. So, kukunin ko na po sana yung meditations book na hihiramin ko. O, sige, ito. Mr. Lance. Okay, so naborrow na ni Mr. Lance. Borrowed. Confirm. Alright. Okay, wala na siya dito sa unborrowed book. So, as mentioned earlier, nandito siya sa pinakang dulo. Okay. So, naklik ko siya. Okay, so nandito na siya sa borrowed books. Now, for example, si Lance bumalik na sa library. Ma'am, balik ko na tong libro. Sige. Ayan, okay, nabalik na ni Lance. Sige, mark ko na to as returned. Book returned successfully. So, mawawala na siya dito. Saan siya mapupunta? Dito sa returned books. As you can see, meron tayong nalagpasan itong overdue books. Ang logic lang naman dito sa overdue books, borrowed books lang din siya, pero ang return dates nito ay past today. For example, ito. Ang expected return niya, dapat na-return na ni Maria S. Cruz yung libro na poetry collection sa date na January 21. Anong date na ngayon? Diba January 27 na? So, that is 6 days from now. Diba? So, 6 days overdue na yung libro. As you can see, meron din siyang return dito dahil ang overdue books ay also borrowed books. Pero, overdue nga lang. Yung hindi pa nababalik, past expected return. Okay? So, ganun lang siya. So, ayun. Now, ayun, that's it for this part. So, tingnan natin, no, sa user side. Ito siya eh. Tingnan natin kung pupunta na siya dito sa ating book history. Kasi dito sa book history, yun yung mga returned books natin, di ba? So, let's try to refresh it. Hintayin natin, pang-apat dapat yun. Okay, so there we have it. So, nandito pala siya sa unahan, no? So, newest first dito. Newest returned books. Meditation. So, if we click this, yan, book details. So, if we click our returned book dito sa book history, we will have an option to borrow again. So, if we click this borrow again, it will go to the borrow form with the same details of books. Same book. Let's try. See? That's it. So, ito lang yung napunta natin kanina. Okay? So, that's it. Okay, so meron pa tayong isang hindi na di-discuss dito. Ay, dalawa pala. So, ito yung second to the last, no? Itong borrow form. Kapag kinlik natin to, we will go here. So, para lang din siyang yung kaninang form. However, tayo yung pipili ng ating libro na hiramin. So, dito papasok yung real-time book search. So, for example, ano nga bang pangalan nun? Ano nga bang pangalan ng libro na yon? Physics ba yun? Okay, Advanced Physics pala. Sige, kiklik ko tong Advanced Physics. Tama. Ay, oo, si Albert Einstein nga yung author na yun. At ito yung description nun. Sige, hihiramin ko to. So, that is our real-time book search. Okay. Just submit that. Okay. So, again, mapupunta siya dito. Okay, so that is for our borrow form. Now, dito sa ating student, we have our profile page. So, if you click this on the top right, we have here LRN or the student ID, the name of the student, the email, then yung student, pwede siya mag-change ng password. For example, kasi ang last password natin is 1, 2, 3. Sige, babagayin ko naman yung password. It's okay. Pwede nyo tong i-try with this credential. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, I want the new password to be Lance 1, 2, 3, 4. Lance 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, save changes. So, password updated successfully. You can now go back. So, let's try to log out. Okay, logged out successfully. Now, let's try to log in the student credentials once again. To confirm if the password really changed, try natin i-input ulit yung ating last password. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yung old password pala na. So, invalid credentials na siya. So, lagay natin yung bago na. Lance 1, 2, 3, 4. log in. Okay, there we have it. So, successfully, we have changed our password. So, para hindi tayo malito, ibalik na lang natin. Okay, so, nabalik na sa 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang 8. So, that's it for our student part. Our student pages, no? Only the users that has student role are able to access this. This is student/home and student/books. Okay, so now let us move on to our admin side. So for our admin, or also known as librarian side, so na-discuss na natin tong request to borrow, tong unborrowed books, itong borrowed books, overdue books, and then our return books dito sa transactions tab. Now let's dito sa upper right, we have declined requests. Kasi dito sa ating request to borrow, we have the ability to decline also the request. Okay? So let's try to decline it. Wait. Check muna natin. Ano to? Anong book name yun? Advanced Physics. Check natin dito. Wala pa siya dito, no? Let's try to decline it. It should be there later. Okay, so nandito na siya, Advanced Physics. So, declined request. So, then, if we click it, yan, may mga details din dyan. Okay, so, natakal na natin lahat dito sa transactions. Now, let us move on to the dashboard. So, here sa dashboard natin, nandito yung ating automated reporting. Okay, so, we have here our 3 summary cards. So, for the first one, we have the available books. So, this is the total of stock quantity, no, ng books. So, for example, sa science, technology, meron tayong 14, tapos sa literature, 8. So, pinagpa-plus lang natin yan. 14 plus 8 plus 20 plus 15, etc. And, isasama din pala natin dito sa, out of 25 total books, yung total books, nakakalculate siya, pinag-add yung itong 249, yung available books, at saka yung borrowed books. Bakit? Ba't pinag-add? Kasi logically, this borrowed books na 7 ay part pa din siya ng ating pinakang overall stock. Kaibahan lang is nahiram na siya. But still, we still have 256 total books. Okay, so ayun, available books, ito 249 out of 256. Then yung borrowed books, let's check no sa transactions. Sabi dun kanina, we have 7 borrowed books out of 256. 7. So here we have borrowed books. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lance, bakit 7 yung nakalagay dun? Kasi ang overdue books ay borrowed books din, no? Ang pinagkaiba niya lang dito sa mga books na nandito sa borrowed books na card na to, eto mga overdue books ay yung mga na-borrow na books na overdue nga. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina. Okay? Now, for, overdue books, we have 3. 3 overdue books out of 7 borrowed books. Okay? Now, dito naman sa book inventory status, so that is very straightforward, just a table. Ito lang yung need natin i-take note dyan. Itong status, wala siya sa ating table, pero na-determine siya through this column, itong stock. Okay? So, let's try, no? Ito, science technology. Saglit lang. Spoiler alert lang, no? Ano yun? Advanced Physics. Hanapin natin yung Advanced Physics dito. Ito. Try natin i-edit yung stock niya. Gawin natin 0. Mamaya mag-dig deeper tayo dito sa edit. So, ayun, nakalagay na not available sa Advanced Physics. Magre-reflect kaya siya dito. So, nag-reflect din siya dito sa status natin. Okay. So, bakit natin nilagyan ng column na status? Dahil sa mobile view, yun lang yung ilalagay natin, pati yung book name. Kasi yun lang yung mahalaga for fast access, for example. Yan. Ayan lang yung nakalagay dyan. So, iba yung inspect mode, no? Sa desktop, sa actual phone. So, itong mga truncated na words dito is hindi ganyan sa mobile. So, ayan. Then, dito, ayan. Ito lang yung mga nagre-reflect dyan. Para maiwasan yung x-axis scroll. Okay, so let's get out of inspect mode. Okay, now that's it for our dashboard. Then we go to inventory. Dito sa inventory, ganun din. Meron tayong filter. There you go. Sige, balik natin to. Balik natin yung 14. Ayoko nung may unavailable eh. Joke lang. Okay. So here, ayan, we have filters here. Then above it, we have this add button. We will tackle that later. Okay, so here, let's just try to again to edit. This is Echoes of Empires: A Journey Through Time. Let's try to edit it. For example, we will remove this A Journey Through Time kasi masyadong mahaba. Okay, let's try to save it. Okay, so it was saved. No? Okay. So, dito naman, if we delete this, this is just soft delete. Sige, try natin. Wait lang. So, Echoes of Empires to. So, let's try to delete Echoes of Empires. Confirm. So, it will no longer be seen here in our UI. However, nasa database pa din natin siya. Ay. Let's find that Echoes of Empires here. Yan. Okay, so here, sa pinakang right, we have a deleted at column. So, ito yung ating Echoes of Empires. So, we have deleted it. So, nandito pa rin siya yung record niya. However, meron lang siyang value dito sa deleted at. So, kaya wala siya doon sa ating UI. So, try natin ibalik. Tanggalin natin tong date na to. Null. Gawin nating null. Okay. Okay, so supposedly that babalik na siya dito. Refresh lang natin. Okay, so nandito na ulit siya. So, ang nagdi-dictate lang kung sa pag-delete, kung merong date doon sa deleted at column is wala siya sa UI. So, ganun nag-work yung ating soft delete. Okay, so now nakita na natin ang edit at delete. Now, let's proceed to add. So, here sa add, ganun lang. Maglalagay tayo ng ISBN. Tas book title, for example, is Web Dev Fundamentals. Web Dev Fundamentals. Then, yung author natin is Sir A.J. San Luis. Then, it is Science and Technology. Then, we have 5 stocks. Basics of web development. There you go. Okay, let's try to save it. Okay, so mapupunta siya dito. Dito naman sa ating pag-add, no? Ang pinakang newest or newly added na book ay mapupunta dito sa pinakang unahan. So pa-push siya. So from here to here. So pag ganun siya, yung pag-insert sa kanya dito sa ating UI. Okay, so that's it for the ad. Makikita din natin yan sa ating makikita din natin yan sa ating database. Let's try to click this again. Refresh it. Ayan, nandito na yung web fundamentals. Okay. Alright. Okay, now I think that's pretty much it for oh, there's still one. We also have our librarian/profile, which has name, no? Wala siyang student ID dahil hindi naman siya student, and the email. Okay? So we can also change password tulad ng ginawa natin kanina sa student. So I guess that's pretty much it, no? So for the category management, we can just edit its category. For example, this Echoes of Empire, instead of history, it's, oh, hindi pala to history, philosophy pala. So let us edit it. And then let's try to check it. Now it's philosophy. Okay, so that's our category management. So that's it for our system. So we already tackled about the core features, the user authentication, the role-based access control, book inventory management, category management, real-time book search, borrowing transactions, return processing, overdue tracking, and automated reporting. So this system has limitations, just like, for example, advanced searching and filtering. That is for future improvements. So that's it for our system. So the table is yours again, Mr. Ian.
Thank you, Mr. Dayawan, for a very insightful and wonderful app demonstration. But before concluding this presentation, we would like to formally present the proponents or the people behind the ISCOLIVE system. And yeah, that concludes the end of our overall presentation. And we sincerely thank you for your time and attention. And we are now open to any further questions or feedback. Once again, this is Group 11. Thank you.